Michael, your mother is home from the hospital. Her condition seems stable.
That's good to hear. Mom really aged, didn't she? She needs support when she walks and has a urine bag with her, and she can't even take a bath alone.
It's natural to age, so don't say that. Your mother is trying her best, too.
But don't you think she should stay at a nursing home? She can't move around freely anyways.
She can still think for herself, and I think she also prefers staying at home. We can still look after her, so I don't see a problem. Plus, I'm the one looking after her. You don't take care of her at all.
No, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to look after her.
But remember, we live in her house. I think your mother would also like it if her real son looked after her, not me. How about you look after her sometimes?
No, I don't think so. Taking care of her waste and giving her a bath, I don't think it's my job as her son.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about, Michael. And what if I get sick? You would be responsible to look after your mother. You should get used to taking care of her.
If you get sick, I'm taking Mom to a nursing home.
What if she refuses and says she wants to stay at home?
In that case, she'll have to look after herself on her own. I have work to do, so I wouldn't have time to look after her.
Why can you say something so heartless? She's been taking care of you all these years. Oh, by the way, I'll have to ask you to look after your mother when I'm away to meet my brother and his wife.
What do you mean?
They're coming home for a visit. I haven't seen them in ages, not since they moved abroad. So I'm planning to meet them. And stay over at my parents' house on the weekends next month.
Why are you telling me now? I can't make any changes in my schedule now.
Why? It's nearly a month away. You should be able to make some arrangements in your schedule.
First of all, why would I have to waste my weekend looking after her? It's not my responsibility. I'm gonna pass.
You can't just pass. You know that I always look after her every single day, don't you? Can't you just help me for once?
Not my business. Just hire a caregiver or something.
Alright. Your mother has already approved of me leaving the house for a few days, so I'll discuss it with her.
Turns out you asked for her permission before even telling your own husband.
It's not like that. She was there when I was contacting my family. I spend most of my time with her. You're not even at home most of the time, only coming home just to eat your meals and get some sleep. You never even listen to what I want to say. We never get to discuss anything.
I'm tired from working all these hours outside when you're at home. Who do you think supports the living of this household?
I understand that you're working hard for our family, and I'm really thankful for bringing money home. But I'm also doing what I'm expected to do at home. I honestly don't want you to think that you don't have any responsibility in the house because you work outside.
You expect more from me, a housewife like you.
Are you mocking me?
I'm not going home today.
Huh? Why?
I don't want to see your face and hear your annoying rants. It's so tiring talking to you. Bye.
Hey, Michael! Wait a second. Where are you staying the night? Michael, reply to my messages. Michael, I thought you said you would be home early. When are you coming home?
Sorry, I'll be late tonight.
Didn't I tell you that I caught a cold? I was really hoping you would come home early today. Can you get me some cold drinks on your way home?
I'm telling you that I'm going to be late tonight. Just order it using the delivery service. It's not even that late in the night. Don't depend on me all the time.
Okay, sorry for asking. I think my head's not working properly because I have a fever.
Don't pretend like you're sick. It's your fault that you got a cold in the first place.
Huh?
You shouldn't have visited your parents' house, abandoning your duty to look after Mom. If Mom catches a cold too, it's your fault. She could even end up in the hospital if a weak grandma like her catches a cold. You really lack consideration. Poor Mom. I can't believe you entitle yourself as a caregiver at this point.
I'm sorry. If you're so worried about your mother, why don't you come home early? I bet it's hard for her to go to the restroom alone. She insists that she would try doing things by herself, but...
Blame yourself for catching a cold. Don't blame me for your own mistakes.
It's my fault that I caught a cold. But can't you at least help me out when I'm unable to?
Take responsibility for your own actions. Don't push your caregiving responsibilities on me.
When we decided that we would look after your mother at home, you promised that we would work together. Don't you remember the promise you made?
Back then, you had a part-time job, Amanda. Now you're jobless, so don't complain, housewife.
I left my job because your mother required more support, and I had to dedicate my time to look after her. First of all, wasn't it you who asked me to look after her? She's your mother, isn't she? I won't ask for more, so can't you care more about her?
Enough with complaints. I don't want to catch a cold from you. So do something about it by yourself. Hey, Amanda. Sorry, but can you leave the house as soon as possible?
Huh? What do you mean?
I decided I would divorce you. I never told you, but I actually love someone else. I'm planning to marry her instead.
Huh? Are you serious?
I'm telling you that I want to get a divorce so that I can marry who I really love.
Do you understand what you're saying? You just admitted that you were cheating on me all this time.
I wasn't cheating. We never had an affair. We were planning to get together after I officially got a divorce.
You don't make sense.
I bet you can't understand. Because it's pure love that exists between my lover and I.
Don't you know that I can still demand compensation money even if you never had an affair?
I did some research, but it turns out it's difficult to claim the money if there's no affairs involved. I bet you can't process what I just told you. It's ridiculous to say that I'm cheating when the only thing I did was to take her out for dinner together.
I never expected anything from you. But I never expected you to be such a bastard.
You used to call me a bastard. Says who?
Betraying me like this? Don't you think you're a bastard?
All you have to do is look after Mom and you get everything you need to live, you useless bitch. Annoying me all the time. I can't even recall why I ever loved you. You should be the one thanking me for all the things I did for you.
I get it now. I finally understand that you really don't understand me at all. I have no regrets.
Oh, you're simply going to accept your fate? What a surprise.
After all the trouble you caused me, there's no other option, is there?
I thought you would plead for mercy, crying not to leave you. You're feeling lucky, aren't you? I bet you're so happy now that you don't have to care for Mom.
I'm not rotten like you.
Well, I have nothing to say if you would accept our divorce. Be sure to start packing your stuff. Be ready to leave the house anytime I ask you to. Amanda, I can't believe you haven't started packing. My new wife's moving in next week. What have you been doing for the past few weeks?
I'm almost done packing.
Huh? Have you seen your room? When I returned home this morning, your stuff was still there untouched.
I don't think so. You probably saw wrong.
Ha! No way! There's no use of resisting, Amanda. Nothing can stop you from leaving this house. Just leave already before my new wife moves in.
Cheating on me while I took care of your mother and kicking me out of the house at last. You're really a bastard, you know that?
I'm forcing Mom to join a nursing home now. Good job for looking after her till now. I can finally enjoy freedom without you being annoying all the time. Don't hold a grudge on me for dumping you.
Oh? You're the one who's gonna get dumped by me. I'll put all of your stuff outside, so leave as soon as possible, alright?
You don't make any sense.
I'm telling you that you're the one who's gonna get kicked out of the house.
Why am I the one who's gonna get kicked out? It's my family's house.
More accurately, your mother's house. Actually, the official procedure to change the ownership of the house was complete today. And now, this is my house under my name. So you're the one who's gonna leave this house. I won't be accepting any of your new wife's stuff when it's delivered to the house, just so you know.
What are you saying? Why are you the new owner of the house?
It's your mother's suggestion. When I told her about our divorce, she told me to dump you after all you did to me. Your mother actually helped me out a lot in the process.
Mom's suggestion? You're kidding. Why would she side with you, not her own son?
Well, I think you deserve it. You never took care of her, did you? I was the one looking after her while you were cheating on me. And it was actually your mother who suspected that you were cheating on me in the first place. She told me a few months ago, so we hired a private detective for further investigation.
Are you telling me that you knew about it before I told you?
Yeah, that's right. And you mentioned that there was no affair between you and your lover. But that's not true, is it? We have proof for that as well. So you're gonna have to pay me compensation money.
I can't believe it! Why didn't you tell me when you found out?
I knew that love between us was long gone. But we were once in love with each other. I just couldn't leave you because we had our good times. Although I did consider getting a divorce multiple times. Plus, I was worried about your mother. Who would take care of her if we got divorced? But when you asked me to divorce you, I realized that I didn't need you in my life.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that you now own the house, and I'll also be paying for compensation?
Yes, that's true. And your lover will also be paying. You're both responsible, and you both should be blamed.
You contacted her? If you haven't contacted her yet, please don't.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I've already sent her the payment details. Are you worried because she lives with her parents? But it's her fault that she cheated, don't you think?
When did you send her the payment details?
Why would you ask? Oh, are you trying to sneak in to get the payment details from their mailbox before they find out? Well, I think it's too late though, because I just received a call from her parents about it. They called me to apologize and said they will no longer allow you to meet their daughter.
Huh? You serious?
Turns out her parents didn't know that you were already married to someone else.
It's a nightmare.
Excuse me? Who do you think caused this mess? Lying to me that you never had an affair with her, and even going to meet her parents when you were still married? How unbelievable. It's a nightmare for me and her parents.
Please, Amanda, please tell her parents that what you told them was a joke. She's well brought up and from a nice family. Her parents will never approve of our marriage that started from an affair.
I don't think someone with a good upbringing would choose to have an affair with a married man, though. Isn't she fooling you?
We're bonded by pure love.
Pure love doesn't involve cheating, in my opinion. You're ridiculous. If it's really pure love, you should have known better.
Amanda, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that I depended on you to look after Mom. I'm sorry for everything I did. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. So please tell her parents that our love was a result of an affair. I'll pay for whatever price you wish.
I now own a house, and I'll even be receiving compensation money from both of you. Not to mention that I would also be getting a division of property. I'm happy with what I'm getting.
But you're a housewife! You don't have a job, what are you gonna do? Looking after Mom won't make you any money. The more money you have, the better.
There's no need to worry. I was worried about my future after I got a divorce. So I started preparing and planning for the future with your mother beforehand.
Plan? What do you mean you started preparing for the future?
I'm now a certified care worker, so I'm planning to start working as a professional. When I'm out working, we decided to hire a caregiver. I know you've used up most of your savings. I can't depend on your compensation when I don't know if you can actually pay for it.
I still do have some money that I saved when I was single.
The last time I checked, there wasn't much left in your account. You seem to be using a lot of money since you started dating her. You should really check what's left in your account. I don't think you even have $10,000. How come you're not aware of it? So stupid.
Amanda, listen. I'm really sorry for everything I did. Please forgive me.
After all this time that you've caused me pain, you expect me to forgive you just because you don't know what to do? You're ridiculous. Are you making fun of me?
No, not at all. Believe me. I regret everything I did to you.
Then why are you still bothering me? If you're really sorry, just stop causing me more trouble.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry from the bottom of my heart.
Saying sorry doesn't change anything. We're already divorced, Michael. Go and live your own life. I think you should find a house to live in as soon as possible. Just to let you know, I'm not letting you in my house.
Amanda, please, you have to help me. Don't take everything away from me. Please, Amanda. Please forgive me.
I can't believe you who tried to dump me and my mother-in-law, then accused me of taking away everything from you. You're the reason why you ended up this way. When I needed you the most, you never cared and even cheated on me. So why would I care for you now? Take responsibility of your own actions, Michael. My ex-husband then came to my house, repeatedly asking me to let him in, but I strongly refused and never opened the door. Afraid of getting the police called by worried neighbors, he didn't make a fuss about it. But I had to keep some of his stuff at home because there was too much for him to carry at once. From what I heard, he had to break up with his lover as a result of strong oppositions from her parents. Apparently, he contacted her numerous times telling her that he wanted to marry her no matter what others say about the relationship, but she seems to have moved on. She no longer was interested in dating my ex-husband who was broke from all the compensation he had to pay. At last, he ended up in his company's dormitory, and I'm sending his stuff there. After things settled down, he contacted me and his mother saying that he regretted everything he did. But we ignored it, pretending that we never heard from him. He's no longer part of our family. Since his departure, his mother and I are living a happy life. My mother-in-law is also very happy for me, and I think I became a more positive person. The mood in the house seems much brighter now. My mother-in-law requires special care, but her heart and mind are working just fine and full of energy. She's been a great help in my journey, and I'm planning to support her as much as I can so that she can live her life to the fullest. I look forward to making more happy memories with her in the future.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey there, Annalise. It's your beloved Grandma. Hey, Grandma. Thanks for the message. Did you get used to your new smartphone yet? You betcha. I can't believe how quickly you got used to writing messages even though it's your first time having one. You got the hang of it quicker than some of my school friends. I know, right? There's only one explanation for it. I must be a genius. It was the same back when I got my first flip phone. All of the girls from the bingo hall were flabbergasted by how quickly I got to grips with it. I've always been a dab hand with technology. Really? that's impressive. You should have bought one earlier if you're this much of a natural. It's fine, dear. There really wasn't any need. But these days, the world's becoming so dependent on these gadgets that it's getting hard to live without them. Even tickets for live music are electronic now. QR codes this, electronic passes that. It's difficult to exist in this day and age without a smartphone.
Right. I heard you like going to watch live K-pop performances. You're like a teenager.
Right? K-pop keeps you young, my dear. I have another show lined up in August. I'm finally going to see Black Peeps.
Wow, really? That sounds like a blast. I bet you'll love it. I want to go watch live K-pop too.
I know, darling, but you have too many responsibilities right now to afford to spend time at music festivals. You have your exams coming up soon, right? I don't want to make you feel pressured, but how well you do on these will determine the course of the rest of your life. You can have fun going to concerts once your exams are over.
I'm studying really hard, Grandma. I always get the highest grades in my class.
Wow, you do? That's my Annalise. You really are your father's daughter. Thank God you didn't end up taking after your mom. What a nightmare that would have been.
Why? What's bad about taking after my mom? Mom's just as clever as Dad is.
I wonder. Didn't your mom graduate a second-rate college? No matter which way you look at it, she's vastly inferior to your father. You ending up like her is the last thing we need.
Ending up like her? What's that supposed to mean? Is this why you messaged me to insult my mom?
No, it's not like that at all. Forget I said anything, darling. Will you be coming over to your grandmother's house for Thanksgiving this year?
Yeah. I have my exams coming up soon, though, so I probably shouldn't be wasting time on Thanksgiving celebrations.
Don't be silly, dear. It's good to let your hair down sometimes.
I can't afford to let my guard down. If I slack off once, I might fall into the habit and get lazy.
You normally take your studies very seriously, don't you? If studying is already part of your daily routine, I think you'll be absolutely fine. A study routine you developed over the course of years and months isn't going to fall apart because you spend a measly 3 days enjoying time with your family. Besides, we have your dad's old desk here, so if you're really that worried, you can study while you're here.
Yeah, Dad mentioned that too, but still.
Annalise, this is the first time the entire family will have been gathered together in years, and we have a duty to make the most of it. I just know we're going to have a whale of a time. We'll probably never get another chance like this again, so I absolutely will not hear any more about you not coming. You're going to eat my delicious Thanksgiving dinner, and that's the end of it.
Am I allowed to study whenever we're not eating?
Of course you are, darling. Anyway, what time will you be leaving for my house? I was told you'll all be coming a day early so we can spend as much family time together as possible. I was thinking of ordering you burger and fries on the first day. Of course, I want to avoid eating anything substantial on the day itself because we'll all be having a big, sumptuous, home-cooked dinner together.
Mom said we'll be leaving first thing on the 23rd, so I guess we'll probably arrive around lunchtime.
The 23rd? Weren't you coming on the 22nd? I was told you'd all be staying with me from the 22nd to the 26th.
Well, I was told the 23rd.
That's strange. Is your mother there?
Yeah, why?
Be a darling and pass her your phone. I want to confirm with her.
Hello, Betty.
Victoria?
Yep, it's me.
Aren't you coming over for Thanksgiving on the 22nd? Annalise just told me the 23rd.
Yep, we're coming on the 23rd.
Are you sure you're not getting this wrong? My Timothy told me the 22nd.
Oh, he did? He must have told you wrong. We're leaving on the morning of the 23rd.
How could you do this to me? I made plans for the festivities to start on the 22nd, because that's when I thought you were coming. I was going to order burgers for everyone.
I'm sorry, Betty.
Goodness gracious me, Victoria, I do wish you were more organized. Do you think I don't have a life of my own to live? I turned down social invites from friends to have you all over on the 22nd.
I'm really sorry about this. I hope it doesn't mess up your schedule too much.
I suppose I shouldn't be too hard on you. It's hardly a surprise that someone who graduated a second-rate college would be this disorganized and unreliable. But still, imagine struggling with something as basic as simple communication. It's a wonder you even made it this far in life. Your disorderly schedule-keeping habits betray your lower-class upbringing.
But it didn't have anything to do with me. It was Tim who told you the wrong day.
Don't but me, young lady. You're his wife, and a good wife is like a secretary. It's your job to confirm his schedule. No ifs, no buts. He works full-time to make sure you have food on the table and a roof over your head. Do you really think he has that kind of luxury? You're so sloppy, it makes me sick.
Sorry for the misunderstanding.
Has there ever been a wife as useless as you? I'm starting to doubt it. To think my poor son married you, I'll never know what possessed him to make such an irresponsible decision. He normally acts so intelligently. I'm just grateful Annalise didn't end up taking after you.
Yeah, she's the spitting image of her dad. Their personalities are super similar, too. They're both really clever.
Exactly. I take it you'll be sending her to an elite high school? She'll ace everything they throw at her because she takes after my Timothy.
I couldn't agree more. She studies really hard every single day, and I'm very proud of her. There's nothing she can't do when she puts her mind to it.
Right? Just now, she told me she even wants to study on Thanksgiving. Truly, she's one in a million. My Timothy's genes are definitely stronger in her. I have high hopes for her future.
Right, me too. Anyway, we'll be seeing you on the 23rd for Thanksgiving. We're all looking forward to it.
Hey, you! What the heck do you think you're playing at? What have you been teaching my granddaughter? You're a failure as a parent.
Hi, Betty. I'm not sure what you mean. Would you mind elaborating?
How long do you and my son plan on staying out grocery shopping? You'll never believe what Annalise did while you were away. This is outrageous.
She did something? What did she do?
She threw one of the meals I cooked in the garbage.
Huh? What do you mean?
She said it was because the salsa side dish I made was too spicy. I know you and her don't like spicy foods, which is why I made you both a separate milder version. But she threw the spicy one in the trash.
Really? Why would she do such a thing?
I have no idea, Victoria. Why don't you tell me? I spent hours slaving over a hot stove to make sure this Thanksgiving dinner was a huge success. How could she be so immature? I thought she was better than this. Is she really 15 because she acts 5?
I'm really sorry about this, Betty. What's Annalise doing now?
She locked herself in the study and won't come out. What's worse, she seems to have absolutely no intention of apologizing whatsoever. She won't even speak to me, for crying out loud. She's completely ignoring me. You should know I've already told the rest of the family about this little stunt of hers. All of our relatives are furious with her.
Just hold on. Me and Tim will be back as soon as we can.
Yes, make sure you are. I can't believe this. This was supposed to be a special family get-together where we all laughed and joked and made merry over some good food. But that little brat has gone and ruined everything with her disgraceful behavior.
Betty, hold on a second. Do you have any idea why she might have done it other than it being spicy? Annalise has a good head on her shoulders, and she's very mature for her age. I find it hard to believe she'd do something so extreme without good reason. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary before Tim and I went out shopping.
I don't know why she did it. She just tossed it in the garbage and started glaring at me. You should have seen the look on her face. Pure hatred, I tell you. What on earth is wrong with that girl?
I see. I'm so sorry she did that. Me and Tim are going to talk to her as soon as we get back.
If you're going to tell her off, you can do it right now. I've heard of rebellious phases, but this crosses the line. Back in my day, she'd have gotten 20 cracks of the belt for this. I knew it. I never wanted to accept it was possible, but I can't bury my head in the sand anymore. This was always going to happen with you as her mother. This clearly happened because she inherited your barbaric peasant genes.
I can't apologize enough for what she did. But I know that Annalise isn't the kind of girl to throw someone's kindness back in their face like that. There has to be a reason. There's no smoke without fire. That said, even if she did have her reasons, throwing your cooking in the trash was totally unacceptable.
No shit, Captain Obvious. I am livid. You know what? I've had it. I won't even forgive her if she apologizes. I had such high hopes for that girl. Words can't describe my disappointment. I had no idea she was such an uncivilized savage.
I'm going to message her right away. I'm so sorry, Betty.
If you're going to apologize, then at least do it properly. I want you to apologize to me in person, to my face. If Annalise doesn't apologize to me, neither of you will be getting any supper tonight. Do you hear me? No supper.
Annalise, I just heard what happened. Can you explain what's going on? Why did you throw away your grandma's salsa?
Did she message you?
Yes, she's absolutely livid.
I know that. She went crazy at me when I did it. Her face was bright red. She looked like a demon.
Do not call your grandmother a demon. Throwing a meal someone worked very hard to cook in the garbage like that is extremely rude, hurtful, and completely unacceptable, Annalise. It's only natural she'd be angry with you. You're coming with me, and we're going to apologize to her right now. You know what you did was wrong, don't you?
Sure, I accept that it's rude to throw people's cooking in the trash, but I don't think what I did was wrong. I'm not saying sorry. You would have ended up in the hospital if you ate that stuff.
Huh? Ended up in the hospital? What's that supposed to mean?
She put something in the salsa that was meant for me and you. I saw her. We would have gotten sick if we ate it.
What do you mean she put something in it? Like what? What are you talking about?
I think it was pesticide or rat poison or something. I saw her mixing it into the salsa. That's why I tossed it in the garbage. I'm guessing she was trying to send us to the hospital because she didn't want us there for the Thanksgiving dinner.
But why would she do such a thing? Are you aware of how crazy that sounds? Are you sure you're not making some kind of misunderstanding here? Your grandma loves you to bits. You know she does. She dotes on you more than anyone.
But she hates you. The only reason she was nice to me before is because she thought I took after Dad. That all changed yesterday.
Why? What happened yesterday?
Grandma was saying all kinds of mean, horrible things about you last night, just like usual. I've heard it a million times before, but for some reason I just saw red this time. My anger overwhelmed me, and I finally told her what I really thought of her. I let her have it, Mom. I let her have it big time. I think she hates me now. She's been giving me the cold shoulder ever since.
What did you say to her?
I told her I think you're the best mom in the world, and I'm proud to be your daughter. I said I'm glad I didn't turn into a toxic, hateful witch like her. I said I feel sad that I'm related to someone so horrible. Then I told her I hate her and never want to see her again.
Wow, I see. Well, that explains why she got mad.
I couldn't take it anymore, Mom. I was sick and tired of holding my tongue all the time. Her attitude towards you is awful. Not only that, but who the hell tries to poison someone just because they're mad someone had the nerve to speak their mind? She's crazy.
But if that's why you did it, why didn't you tell the rest of the family?
Because she flipped out at me and started shouting so loud that I couldn't even find an opening to explain myself. I gave up and decided to leave it alone until I could explain to you and Dad when you got back.
So that's what happened. Wow, Annalise, I have to say I'm pretty shocked. But I always knew you were strong-willed. You're bold and gutsy, just like your dad.
Make sure Dad knows what really happened, too. I don't want him to think I'm the kind of person who'd do something so crazy without good reason.
Don't worry, Annalise. Both me and your dad had a feeling there was more to the story than what your grandma was telling us. Still, I never saw this coming. Talk about a bolt out of the blue.
Are you mad with me?
I'm mad, but I'm not mad with you. I know you were just trying to protect me. Your dad and I could never be angry with you for that. Thank you for standing up to your grandma on my behalf, sweetie. I can't tell you how much it means that you do that for me.
I had to remake my salsa from scratch because of that unruly little brat of yours. She's out of control, I tell you. When will you and my Timothy be coming back? Hurry up, get your asses back here and make the demon child apologize.
Sorry, Betty, we already went home.
Excuse me? You went home? When? Why? Where are you now?
One thing's for sure, we're not at your house anymore. We all snuck out and drove away while you weren't looking. We just arrived back home.
You're at home? What the hell do you think you're playing at, woman? I never gave you permission to leave. You think you get to run away before I get my apology? Look at you, you pathetic, sniveling coward. Looks like the apple didn't fall far from the tree with you and the demon brat. I've had it with the both of you.
By the way, you should know that me, Tim, and Annalise weren't the only ones who went home.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
Haven't you realized? There's no one left at your house. Have you been in the living room?
What in God's name are you talking about?
All of your relatives left while you were preparing food in the kitchen. None of them wanted to risk eating your cooking.
Oh my God! Why on earth would everyone go home? Explain yourself. What did you do?
Are you telling me you didn't notice almost a dozen people walking out of your front door and driving away? You must really be focused on the cooking, huh? I wonder why. Could it be that you weren't really focusing on the cooking at all, but trying to poison me and my daughter?
Poison you? What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The reason Annalise threw your salsa in the trash is because she saw you mixing something suspicious into it. She did what she did to protect me.
What are you talking about, woman? This is crazy talk, I tell you. I'd never do anything like that. Don't say such slanderous things. Are you trying to damage my good reputation? I'll have your head on a plate for this.
You can drop the phony outrage now. I found the trash bag with the salsa in it and emptied it out on the lawn in front of your house. Some bugs started gathering to eat it, but within a few minutes, they all stopped moving. There was clearly something very potent and not fit for human consumption in that salsa. You spiked it with pesticide, didn't you?
No, if there was anything in there, it had nothing to do with me. I don't have the foggiest idea what you're talking about.
There's just one slight problem with that. Everyone who was at the house saw you cooking. You're the only one who could have possibly poisoned that salsa. Our relatives were so shocked when they heard what you'd done, their jaws practically hit the floor. Tim encouraged everyone to go home. He had no choice but to cancel this year's Thanksgiving due to your dangerous, deranged behavior.
That's why everyone went home? But they all went out of their way to drive here and spend the day with me.
It's hardly a surprise that no one would want to stick around to find out whether their food had been poisoned too. You can't blame them for having trust issues after what you did. At least half of the guests had kids with them. If anything, it'd be weirder if they wanted to stay.
You mean you made everyone think I'd poisoned their food? There's no way I'd do something like that. Why did you have to go and give them the wrong idea? You've turned my entire family against me.
How can you say that there's no way you would do something like that when that's literally what you did today? What's worse, you tried to paint Annalise as the villain because she was clever enough to figure out what you were planning on doing. You're supposed to be a responsible adult, but you're nothing but a disgrace, you vile, reprehensible excuse for a human being. It's bad enough that you tried to poison me and my daughter in the first place. The fact that you try and blame a 15-year-old kid to save your ass leaves me no choice but to conclude you're totally irredeemable and shouldn't be associated with under any circumstances. Both of our families are disgusted with and terrified of you in equal measure.
God damn it! Why did you have to go blowing it out of proportion to everyone? Sure, that stuff might have made you sick, but there wouldn't have been any serious side effects. It was just a prank, just a lighthearted prank to brighten up the mood a little on Thanksgiving. Why so serious? Can't you even have a joke with someone these days? I figured Annalise should be the butt of the joke by way of teaching her a lesson for being so impertinent and disrespectful towards me. You're her mother, so naturally you bear some of the responsibility for her attitude.
She told me all about how she stood up to you. She said she gave you what for because she finally got tired of listening to you badmouth me all the time. It's hardly surprising she'd be pissed off with you for constantly insulting her mom to her face like that. I mean, who even does that? Just how rotten and black-hearted are you?
Who the hell do you think you are? You will speak to me with the proper respect, young lady. I'm your mother-in-law and superior, and you will fix this disgraceful attitude of yours immediately.
Just because you're my mom-in-law doesn't mean you can say and do whatever you please to me. There's a thing called basic human decency, and you seem to be sorely lacking in it. I won't deny I hold some of the responsibility in this for keeping quiet and tolerating your bullshit for so long. I didn't want to rock the boat for Annalise's sake. But it turns out she's actually hated you for a long, long time because of how you treat me.
What? My own granddaughter hates me?
Yep, she was hiding her true feelings towards you this whole time. She knew that if she said anything to upset you, I'd be the one who got it in the neck. But she won't have to carry on tolerating you anymore. Me, Tim, and Annalise are never coming to your house again.
What? You're never coming here again? No, what are you saying? This is absurd.
I'm not saying anything. This was Tim's idea. Even your own son hates you, Betty. He said we're cutting you out of our lives for our own safety. I mean, please, how did you think he was going to react to you trying to poison his wife and daughter? With gratitude? This will be the last time we ever speak.
No. Are you joking? Please tell me you're joking. No. Come back, please. Just come back and let's talk this through like sensible, mature adults. You can't do this. You haven't given me a chance to defend myself. Oh, how could you be so horrible?
Us? Horrible? You seem to be forgetting the small detail of you trying to feed me and my daughter pesticide-laced salsa. Something tells me none of our relatives are ever going to be spending another Thanksgiving at your house. I hope you're used to being alone. Not just at Thanksgiving either.
No, stop this, please. You're ostracizing me from my entire social circle here, Victoria. Don't you understand the gravity of this situation? Do you have any idea how bad this is going to be for my mental health? Why should I lose my whole family over this? What you're doing is preposterous and immoral. You and that demon brat have ruined my Thanksgiving, and now you're trying to ruin my life.
Wait, hold on a sec. So you tried to poison us, but you're the one getting mad? You clearly have no intention of apologizing. Whatever, I don't care. It's not like we'd forgive you even if you did. Goodbye forever, Betty.
No, wait, what am I supposed to do about this enormous turkey I bought? You can't not eat turkey on Thanksgiving, it's a sin. You really think you just get to leave and go home after I bought all these expensive ingredients to feed you all?
Don't worry, we got a hold of a turkey on the way home from one of Tim's friends who runs a farm. It's roasting nicely in the oven as we speak. We have no intention of ever seeing you again. This will be the last time we ever speak. Don't bother contacting any of us anymore. We'll block you if you ignore our wishes.
Oh my God, you're really serious, aren't you? Is my son really abandoning me, his own mother, for you?
Tim loves me and Annalise more than anything. He lost any desire to have anything to do with you the moment he found out you tried to poison us. Unlike you, Tim cherishes his family and has a sense of right and wrong. Thank God he didn't take after you. What a nightmare that would have been. With that, the tradition of family Thanksgiving at Betty's house died out, and none of our relatives ever visited her again. To say everyone was disgusted with her for what she did would be an understatement. Some even suggested we should report her to the cops. Tim and I were happy enough to stop at cutting her out of our lives, so after washing our hands of the wicked witch once and for all, we left what to do with her next to the rest of the family. She's probably feeling very, very lonely now that no one wants anything more to do with her. According to one of my friends, who also happens to be her neighbor, she looks like she aged about 10 years in the last 3 months. I'm guessing it probably has to do something with the soul-crushing isolation and regret eating away at her. Apparently, she stopped leaving the house entirely except to take out the trash and is virtually a complete hermit now. Hopefully, she lives out the rest of her years wallowing in misery and despair, cooped up in that lonely house where she can't hurt anyone.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.